Babylon, that great city, is fallen. Babylon, that mighty city, is fallen. Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, should bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Shalom Israel, shalom Judah, shalom, shalom to the house of Israel, Yasharal, the house of King David, Yahudah, Judah, the hopeful elect. First and foremost, like to give all praises and glory and honor to the Most High Yah and the Son, Yahushua, Mashiach, Yasharal, Yahweh Shai, who a lot of you call in the world Jesus Christ, the Messiah, and the Holy Spirit, Rakakadash, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Back at you with another lesson, coming to you with another lesson, daily edification. Hope it's edifying through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. The title of this lesson is going to be New York City, that great city, Babylon. Let me see right here. Okay, New York City, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, thy judgment come. Woe to daughter Babylon. That's the title of the lesson. All right. And there's so much going on in the world. You can't even keep up with the news. This place is unfolding right before our eyes. We are living in some very difficult times, uncertain times. We're in a very serious dark hour right now. And some of these prophecies are taking place, and some of these prophecies are coming to pass. Okay. So there's no new thing under the sun. Okay. What happened then in the past will happen again in the latter time, in the last days, the end of times, and we're living in the last days, end of times. So this place is unfolding right before our eyes, and the Lord is bringing judgment, okay? And the Lord will use the wicked for the day of evil, okay? The Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So he will use wicked men and wicked women. Okay. Now Babylon is that great city. Okay. It's that great city. And, Babylon is a city of confusion, rebellion against God. New York is known. Okay. Okay, what is New York known for? When it comes to economic output, New York City is the undisputed leader in the United States of America. Okay? This is the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. Wickedness, abomination, all the wickedness 24/7. Witchcraft, sorcery, warlocks, 24/7. Wickedness. And any rich and magnificent Salakia city believed to be a place of excessive luxury and wickedness. This is New York. Now, New York is the capital of the economic financial commerce. You have the World Trade Center, where you did have the World Trade Center. The Rockefeller Center is there. You have the Empire State Building, Lady Liberty, the statue of Lady Liberty, and you have the Masonic Hall, the headquarters there. And the list goes on. Wall Street, the UN, the United Nations. And it's known for its walls, its towers, its skyscrapers. Okay? This is that great city, Babylon. And there's a city in New York called Babylon. And in Long Island, they have a main strip called Babylon. New York City is that great Babylon, that city, that great city Babylon. It's New York. Okay? We had an ancient Babylon. We know the ancient Babylon. And we got a mystery Babylon, a modern day Babylon. There's no more mystery because there's no more secret. Salakia. Okay? It's revealed. It's New York City. It's New York City. And also Babylon is known for a great number of people, a multitude, a mass of people. Okay? And New York, like I say, there's a city there called Babylon. And Long Island got a strip called Babylon. And, that portion, Babylon is New York City. Okay? That queendom. Inside that queendom, that portion, that great city is that portion of the queendom, Babylon. The queendom. Okay? That golden cup. And inside that golden cup is all the wickedness, all the abominations, that wine, all the wickedness and abominations that's in that golden cup. Adultery, witchcraft, sorcery, robbery, rape, pillaging, fornication, proud, blasphemy, all the wickedness. That's in New York City. Yup, New York City is that modern day Babylon, that great city. Now, in the ancient time, there was a queen that was queen of Babylon, Semiramis. Okay, Semiramis. Okay, she was wicked. Now today, in this modern day Babylon, you have a governor of New York, a woman, the first lady governor of New York City, which is that great city Babylon. Okay? Babylon, a woman. And not to mention, you got Kamala Harris, that's vice president. Okay? But this woman, Kathleen, is the governor of New York City. She is the governor of New York City, Kathleen. How much? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And she's been governor since August 2021. But to make the long story short, they just passed a bill, a law, 2.13. But we're in the last days, and when you see women ruling, when you see women ruling Babylon on a scale, well, can nothing happen without the Most High's permission, okay? Can nothing get delivered out of his hand, all right? So at the end of the day, the Most High is controlling everything, and his beloved Son, all right? Our Christ, Savior, and Redeemer. So this is prophecy. We here. And he will use wicked men and wicked women to fulfill, some of his agendas, his judgment, his prophecy. Yup. Pertaining to Revelation chapter 17. And let's go right here. let's go to Revelation chapter 17. Yeah, he would use women and men to, to to fulfill his will. Salakia, yeah, he would use wicked men and wicked women to fulfill his will. All right? Let me correct that. So let's go to Revelation chapter 17, verse 3. It says, "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast full of names of blasphemy and having 7 heads and 10 horns." Okay, these are the nations, and the 10 horns, are the 10 kings. Great, they got, power and authority. And these wicked nations, wicked kings that came against Israel. It's the European, it represents, well, some say it represents the Roman Empire and the European Union. Okay? The Roman Catholic Church, Christianity, the Pope, the Roman Empire, and the European Union. Okay? Now, it says, going down, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. It says, this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 5, "And upon her forehead was the name, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth." This is New York City. And not to mention the Vatican over there in Rome, but they all connected. But the headquarters is in New York City, New York. Okay? The UN, the Empire State Building, Rockefeller, Wall Street, the economic commerce, all the skyscrapers, all the wickedness, the Masonic Hall, Freemasonry. There's a city in New York called Babylon, and the list goes on and on, not to mention corporate businesses, the giants. It's the headquarters there. A lot of the headquarters of the corporate giants, is in New York City, that great city Babylon. All right? And this place is wicked 24/7. There's a saying they say about New York City. The city never sleeps. The city never sleeps. Okay? There's a lot, what they say, there's a lot to see. Excuse me. There's a lot to see, but nothing to look at. There's a lot to see. How they say that? There's a lot to see, but nothing to look at. I'm paraphrasing. But New York City, that big apple. The city never sleeps. All right? So, you got these women, wicked women. Okay, this place is backwards, turned upside down. Backward, Babylon, Salakia, is a city of confusion, rebellion. Okay? Rebellion against God, our power, and his son. And these are the Gentile. They got all kind of idols. False gods, in New York. Statues. Psalms chapter 96. Let me go here right quick. 96 verse 4. Let me get back to Revelation. Revelation chapter 96 verse 4. "For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods." That's the Most High Yah. "For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols. For all the gods of the nations are idols. but the Lord made the heavens. Okay? So these are the Gentile gods. All these structures, idols, these buildings, these towers, skyscrapers, you know, they worshiping all these other gods, these deities, these demigods. Okay, what does Babylon literally mean? Confusion, rebellion against God, gate of God. It means gate of God, the name of the ancient Chaldean capital and Salaki and biblical city of the apocalypse. Any rich and magnificent city believed to be a place of excessive luxury and wickedness. This is New York City. This is New York. Okay, that great city, Babylon. And the Lord is bringing judgment, man. So you got a woman and you got an evil, wicked woman in power in New York City, Babylon, and over the whole kingdom, you know, Vice President Kamala Harris, and the governor of New York, Kathy. And you got serpent. You got Eve Jezebel, the harlot, and you got the serpent, Satan, the devil, the beast, Esau, Edom. Okay? Two evil, wicked power couples. Eve, Jezebel, and Esau, Edom, the serpent, the Caucasian, so-called white man. But now you got an Edomite woman, and that city, great city, Babylon, New York City, that's governor. Okay? So the devil is coming down unto you with great wrath because his time is short. And Satan, you know, he puts a woman in his kingdom, he puts a woman over the man. Okay? He puts a woman over the man. And a wicked woman is given to the portion as a wicked woman is given in portion to a wicked man. And roughly I'm paraphrasing. Let me get that right quick. That's 26. Okay, I don't want to get the words wrong. 26 verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feared the Lord. So Salakia. So, you know, Satan put these women in power. But like I said, at the end of the day, the Most High is in control of everything. He uses the wicked for the day of evil. Can't nothing get delivered out of the Lord's hand. In Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. In Job chapter 12, verse 16, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So we in the end of times, last days. This is prophecy. And the Lord is bringing that judgment. Back to Revelation chapter 17. Verse, let's go down to 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome thee, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. This is the elect, starting with the 144,000. So he's making war with us. All right? Pertaining to Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, that's Israel, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which is the elect, starting with the 144,000, which keepeth the commandments of God, our power, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ, a Mashiach. So they're making war. So they passed this bill, 2.13, meaning they can lock you down, put you in quarantine, and you don't have no rights. They can force the, you know what? The booyah. They can, you know, force the booyah, have you to take the. So these are the times We're of persecution. These are the time. This is the time of persecution. The persecution is here, and it's going to get worse. Okay, they're going to take away the freedom of speech. I mean, you ain't got. I mean, yeah, freedom of speech. The famine of hearing the words of the Lord is approaching the land. So Babylon is falling fast, and then they got an influx. Okay, the Lord will overflow the land with the people. Okay, you got a mass of people, the Gentile nations, the heathens. They going to New York City. That's where they go, to Babylon, that great city. Okay, they running out of resources, food, shortages on food, famine is approaching. It's about to get worse. The plagues he hitting them with the plagues. You know, the hail. He's plaguing them with the they're getting hit with the storms, snowstorms, hail, the floods of water, and the floods of people. They getting hit with the plagues of rats. You know, you name it. The Lord is bringing judgment, man. This is prophecy. And the Lord, and then New York, he's going to destroy it in one day. Okay, pertaining to Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. And therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she should be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God, our power, who judgeth her. If you notice, he says she and her. That's Babylon. Okay? That she and her is Babylon. It's a metaphor. That's just like the woman too. Okay? Feminism. That's going to get destroyed. Feminism. Lady Liberty. It's going to fall, man. And it's coming. It's starting to happen. It's speeding. He's speeding it up. He's bringing that judgment. This is prophecy. Now, back to Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. It says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, the waters which thou sawest were the whore, sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. This is New York. You got all people, nations and tongues in New York, that great city. New York City, that great city, Babylon. Okay? Right there. And also you got the Pope. Okay? The head of Christianity, the head of Catholic. And they got the largest cathedral building there, the St. John Cathedral church building, and the St. Patrick's, cathedral church there. The largest one, big one, and it's known for the bronze doors, the windows, the glasses, and the list goes on. The architect of it. And New York is known for all the skyscrapers. They got just about more skyscrapers than anybody besides China, I think. They there though. The walls, so many different architects, sculptures. That's what New York, that's Babylon. Babylon known for. Okay? And it says, Revelation chapter 17, verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these should hate the whore, and should make her desolate and naked, and should eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God had put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God should be fulfilled. And the Lord mean what he say what he mean. The Lord is putting it in their hearts. Okay? Nations rising up against nations, kingdom against kingdoms. Wars and rumors of wars. earthquakes in diverse places, famines, pestilence. Okay? The Lord is putting the spirit out there for them nations to turn against one another. Okay, going into 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 20, verse 20. So, this is prophecy, and his word will not return to him void. Let's get that. Okay? It says, back to Revelation, let me go back there again. Revelation chapter 17, verse 17, for God had put in their hearts to fulfill his will. And they're going to fulfill his will. Yup. Can nothing happen without the Most High's permission. And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God should be fulfilled. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it should accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. The Lord means what he say what he mean. And there's no new thing under the sun, pertaining to Ecclesiasticus chapter 1, verse 9. What happened then in the past in the ancient time, what happened again in the last days, the latter time, the end of days. Okay? So, happen again and again. Knockouts, round and around. Matter of fact, let's get that. Judgement chapter 5, verse 42. And it reads, let me see. Okay, 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. So the Lord, there's no new thing under the sun. 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. And it reads, and he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even till there is no swiftness of the first. So around and around, a knockout, around and around, a knockout, around and around, a knockout. And here we go again. New modern day Babylon. Okay? Modern day Babylon in the last days and end of times. That great city, New York. Babylon. Okay? There's no new thing under the sun, man. What happened then, what happened again. History has a part of repeating itself. So, Revelation chapter 17, verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city. See? And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And what nation reigned over the kings of the earth? America. America, Babylon, that great city, New York. That great city, New York. And other cities that follow after her. Okay? You got other cities that follow after that great city, Babylon. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, L.A., Los Angeles, California, San Francisco, Bay Area. You got Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan. You got Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas. You got Phoenix, Arizona. You got Seattle, Washington. Portland, Oregon. Okay? Atlanta, Georgia, ATL. Miami, Florida, Orlando, Florida. Okay? Tampa, Florida. And the list goes on. Kansas City. Indianapolis. I can't name them all. Minneapolis. This is Babylon that follows that great city, New York. Okay? Now, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 27. It says, set ye up a standard in the land. Blow the trumpet among the nations. Prepare the nations against her. Call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, many, and Ashkenaz. Appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Nuclear thermal destruction, warheads, missiles, war. Prepare against her in the nations with the kings of the Medes, coming from the Middle East, Persia, the captains thereof, all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. Okay, that ain't what I wanted. What was that scripture? Set up the standard. Okay, no, that ain't it. Okay. Right here. Okay, I think I'm just going to go on down. But anyway, let's just, that wasn't the scripture I wanted. But let's go down to, let me see. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 42. The sea has come up upon Babylon. She is covered with the multitude of the waves thereof. Her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, a land wherein no man dwelleth, neither do any son of man pass thereby. And I will punish Baal and Babylon. Baal, and they supposedly supposed to be building a tower in New York, a Baal tower, the Tower of Baal, Babylonian tower. Okay, New York. It says, and I will punish Baal and Babylon. This is the Gentiles' God, and that great city Babylon, New York City. And I will bring forth out of his mouth that which he hath swallowed up, and the nations should not flow together any more unto him. Yea, the wall of Babylon shall fall. That's New York City. That wall with all the towers, the wall, the architect, the buildings, okay, the structures. Yup. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. So, if you are the righteous, you're supposed to flee out of Babylon, New York. Babylon, that great city, New York City, man. Okay? And that place is gloomy, dark, wicked. And New York, I think, got about 9 million people or more. Somewhere around there. You know? A lot of noise. It's so much wickedness, overcrowded, and you got the illegal immigrants, the migrants. They study flooding in that land, flooding in the city, the city, New York City, Babylon. Okay, so the Lord is plaguing them. They shall overflow the land, pertaining to Jeremiah chapter 47, verse 2. Let's get that. Jeremiah chapter 47, verse 2. It says, thus saith the Lord, behold, waters rise up out of the north. The waters represents the people, and the floods too, of water and floods of people, and should be an overflowing flood, and shall overflow the land. And all that is therein, the city and them that dwell, the city and them that dwell therein, then the men shall cry, and all the inhabitants of the land shall howl. See that? Yep. So, going back to Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse, let's go to 46. Now let's go to 45. My people, Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. So the men of the Lord is out there prophesying, blowing the trumpet, sounding the alarm, giving warning. Going into Ezekiel chapter 3, watchmen, okay, the servants, his men, his prophets, his servants, all right, are warning the people. Flee out of Babylon, that great city, New York. Babylon, that great city, New York City. All right? You want to go to a town or a country part, flee to the wilderness. Get out of there. And that goes for the same other major cities that follow suit after Babylon. Washington, D.C., Chicago, L.A., San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, Philly, Detroit, Houston, Dallas, etc., etc. Atlanta, Georgia, Miami. You want to flee out of Babylon. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse let me see where I'm at. 46. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land, and a rumor should both come 1 year. And after that, in another year, should come a rumor and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Now, we're starting to witness that right now. Okay? Ruler against ruler and violence in the land. New York is off the chain, man. You got the legal migrants, and they just passed. The woman Kathy, governor of New York. First lady, governor of New York. Okay? Through the legislation, they came with the bills. They appealed it. 2.13. They can quarantine you. You don't have no say-so, no right. They can lock you down. They can do anything they want to do to you. They can take your property, your car, your home. They can, cash you out of your house and lock you up, take your children. This is persecution. Okay? Persecution, and Babylon is falling, New York. And not to mention, you got all the legal immigrants. They got food shortages, famine. All of the resources is just about gone. Okay? Yeah, man. New York City is that great city, Babylon. That mighty city. Woe to daughter Babylon. This is daughter Babylon, America. New York City. New York City. And some other nations that's part of the Antichrist, that scheme. I mean, they join in together. You got the Roman Catholic Church, Christianity. And these 10 nations, these 10 kings, the horns. The 10 horns represents power and authority to rule for a period of time, a season. And these nations came against the children of Israel. Okay? God's chosen people, the Hebrew Israelites, the 12 tribes, are so-called Negroes, black people with woolly hair. Black, dark, soil, brown, different shades of brown, copper, gold people with woolly hair. Okay? With woolly hair. It's the children of Israel of the 12 tribes. Negroes. Black with woolly hair. Now let's go to Psalms chapter 83. I'm going to speed it up. Okay? I'm going to try to do my best. Now, while many believe that the beast represents a revival Roman Empire and the 10 kings, the European Union, okay, the Bible provides a very different answer. Some say, it's the European Union, the Roman Empire, and the European Union, the 10 horns. But it's part of Psalms 83, the tabernacles of Edom, all right? This is Psalms 83. All these nations that came against the so-called God's chosen people, and we are the apple of his eye. They touched the apple of his eye. The children of Israel are the 12 tribes, Negroes, black people with woolly hair, not straight hair, woolly hair. This is Psalm chapter 83, verse 3. Let's start with 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, meaning they all came together to enslave us. All right, to mistreat us, to oppress us, afflict us, kill us, castrate us, torture us. All right, put us in captivity. But the Most High Most High did it, but he used these Gentile nations to do it because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. But he would bring us out with great substance. Okay? It was not his plan to continuously to keep us in bondage forever. Going into Genesis chapter 15, verse 14. Afterward, he will bring us out with great substance, great possession, great wealth. So, these nations came against the children of Israel, of the 12 tribes. Blacks and Negroes with woolly hair. All right? It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, that's 1. And the Ishmaelites, that's 2. Of Moab, that's 3. And the Hagarnians, that's 4. Gebal, 5. And Ammon, 6. And Amalek, 7. The Philistines, 8. With the inhabitants of Tyre, 9. Ashur also is joined with them. 10. They have hoping the children of Lot, Selah. Now these can be the 10 horns, okay? The tabernacles of Edom that enslaved the children of Israel, that took crafty counsel against God's chosen people, and we are the apple of his eye. Okay, so the Lord is bringing judgment, man, on these wicked Gentile nations. And New York is that great city that a lot of these wicked nations joined and got in bed with her. Okay? With her fornication, her abominations. And the Lord is stirring it up. All the filthy abominations, blasphemy, pride, all the homosexuality, persecution, you name it, wickedness. Okay, that wine represents Babylon, that great city, inside that golden cup. New York and the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, the head of Christianity and Catholic religion. Yep. So they came against the children of Israel, all these nations, 10 of them. I read it to you in Psalms 83. Going back to Revelation, chapter 18, verse, let's see right here. It says, let's go down to 12, 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. And New York is the capital. Yep. Got the gold and silver. All the corporations, the headquarters right there in New York. Yep. The ports. All the ports. And you got nations right now that got the meds, the warheads, the missiles, bombs, and continental ballistic missiles aimed right direct towards New York City, Great Babylon. That great city, New York City. And it's going to empty out the land. And the Lord is sending plagues to help empty out the land. This revelation, now Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that arise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners, missiles, warheads, stormy wind, people, plagues that would escalate Babylon fanners. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that should fan her and should empty her land, for in the day of trouble they should be against her round about. This is the war, the bombs, the missiles, the people, the plagues, the calamities, the hail, the storms, the earthquakes. He's going to fan her and empty her out. And against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men. Destroy ye utterly all her house. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are entrenched through in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of the Lord of hosts. Through their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Okay, the Lord is bringing justice, judgment. Okay, they're going to have to pay for all what they have done to us. They're going to have to pay. And we're going to reward to her double, pertaining to Revelation chapter 18. It says, Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm of her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So the Lord is her judgment. That's New York. All the wickedness, 24/7 in New York City. The city never sleeps. Nothing but wickedness. All the soothsayers, the sorcery, the witchcraft, the warlocks. Okay? The warlocks, the witchcraft, soothsayers, sorcerers, all the wicked, all the abomination, adultery, shedding innocent, bribery, rape. Revelation chapter 18, verse 2. And it reads, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean, hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye may be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. This is the pride of these wicked women. Feminism, Lady Liberty. Okay? Everything went from a patriarchy to a matriarchy. Women is ruling over men. Going into Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Women is ruling, especially the so-called black man, the Israelite man. He's at the bottom. Okay? The so-called black woman is ruling over the man, daughters of Zion. Like I said, you got Kamala Harris in office. She don't consider herself black. I mean, an Israelite or whatever. But you even got an Edomite woman in New York that's governor in great city Babylon. Okay? In Babylon. And women ruling over us. Okay? And they feel like they pride. They have a God complex. Even the wicked men, okay? The elites, your nobles and your kings, they got a complex. See, they understand this, but they understand it on the dark side. On the evil side, wicked side, they understand the Bible. On the evil, wicked side, the dark side, they don't understand it on the right side, the good side. So there's a stumbling block to the wicked. Evil men don't understand judgment pertaining to Proverbs chapter 28, verse 5. Okay? They don't understand judgment. So the Lord blinded them. Pride goes before destruction and the Holy Spirit before a fall. There's a stumbling block. Let me get that. Proverbs 28, verse 5. It says, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Okay?